So, of course, the movie is not about the Jackson 5, it's about Michael Jackson. So, expect a lot of the center focus to be on Michael, as it should. The movie just predominantly shows the relationship that Michael had with his mother versus his father, and how the harshness of his father, how that kind of shaped his, work ethics and his, shrewd, business ethics, which I highly admire about Michael Jackson because he's a Virgo and I'm a Virgo, and we're shrewd about what we're shrewd about, and we're not sorry. And he wasn't nasty with it. He just stood on business. His daddy was, a total asshole. And even though his father was really cruel, I have to say that he did have good business ethics, or he would not have, such, successful sons. Of course, it was their hard labor, it was their hard work, and he was extremely, extremely hard on Michael Jackson. The movie made me laugh. Me and my sister, we were the loudest ones in the theater because we just kept on cracking up at stuff that other people obviously didn't see funny. Was the character that played Joe Jackson, was he cruel, inconsiderate, authoritarian style parent? Absolutely. And that was sad. But it was just his demeanor and the facial expressions that he kept on giving. Like when things didn't go his way and he just couldn't believe that he had not completely beat submission into Michael Jackson. And Michael Jackson just kept on doing stuff like when he brought the monkey home to the family, a wild animal. Not a cat, not a dog. He brought the monkey into the household and expected everybody to be super excited. And the daddy, he was just he was lost for words. And I said, come on, any parent would have been lost for words. If I could explain the body demeanor and the facial expression of Joe Jackson, the character that played him in the film, a perfect depiction would be how my mama used to describe when people were extremely embarrassed and put on the spot, humiliated, and didn't know what to do or say. She would say, oh, that person could have went through the floor. And all through the movie, it was just given Joe Jackson could have went through the floor. I like how the movie showed Michael Jackson as a humanitarian, and just how extremely, compassionate he was for people. Coming from the generation that he come from, he was raised about the collective. So family over everything. And as you can see, in modern day times, in America, we live more under, individualism. And both can be good or bad, because knowing how to work with people as a team, that's good, for, building something, building a family legacy, getting things accomplished in the community. However, um, sometimes you have to go along to get along with things that you're not okay with. And I don't mean like things that you're slightly okay with. I mean things that you are hardcore not okay with. And that is the problematic thing about working as a collective and, and teamwork sometimes. So there's a upside and there's a downside to, the whole teamwork collective mentality. However, the upside of individualism is you get a chance to advocate more for yourself. Focus more on the things you desire for yourself. Because if you care about the pursuit of happiness, then sometimes you have to step away from the group. However, nowadays, a lot of people have utilized the individualism not in the most constructive way to, have an excuse not to, be there for other people, not to care for other people. And Michael Jackson was caught between, both worlds. He wanted to, stay loyal, to the Jackson 5, because he was taught to be very family oriented. And that is, where he first got his success. But long as he stayed in that group and under the management of his father, he was not going to be able to further, progress and, and grow creatively. And his father, unfortunately, couldn't see nothing bigger than the success that happened through the group. So much that I can say that just can't be said in 10 minutes. Plus, I didn't take any notes. So this is just a freestyle off the top of my head. What I didn't like about the movie is it's only so much. This was part 1, and there's going to be a part 2, I believe. There's only so much you can put in a 2-hour movie about Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was a very layered person. So, just like the movie Malcolm X was like 4 hours. Let me see about Tina Turner. What's Love got to do with it? I know that was more than a 2-hour movie. So some movies do need to be 4 hours. I don't care, even if you do have a part 2. And a lot of people are saying that it should have been a series, that ran for a certain amount of time. That would have worked too. But it's reason why people don't think the movie is good. It's people who think it's good like me, because I think they did good to crown what they crowned into a 2-hour movie. I think that they did good considering there were things that could not be mentioned. There was people that could not be mentioned in the movie because it was a conflict of interest, and there would have been some legal issues. So that takes away from the movie when you don't see a Janet Jackson, and that was his closest sister. Takes away from the movie when there's nothing said about a Diana Ross. Overall, on a scale of 1 to 10, I give the movie 7.5 to 8.